My first reaction was, wow, and my second reaction was, but of course.
Stunning news, even for President Trump, who has been known to shock people. President Trump fired FBI Director James Comey.
Look, the president has that power. Go to the Constitution. It's very clear. Article 2, the executive power of the United States is vested in one person, the president, not the National Security Council, not the cabinet, not the White House staff, one person. This Nixonian is Trump like Nixon, it was Nixon like Trump, and so forth. Let's see what the evidence is. At the time of the Saturday Night Massacre, John Dean, Nixon's lawyer, had already testified at devastating 4 days of nationally publicized testimony. And Alexander Butterfield, a Nixon aide, had disclosed the taping system. So by the time you got to the point that Nixon fired the special prosecutor, there was voluminous accusations against Nixon, and there was a path to getting the evidence, getting the tapes. And in the Trump case, there's a lot of suspicion, genuine, well-founded suspicion, but no John Dean testifying with the kind of specific, on March 21st we met, and I said we need maybe $1 million to pay the Watergate burglars for their silence. And Nixon says, oh, I know where we can get $1 million. Nothing like that, nothing comparable. It's clearly a legitimate investigation, and Trump doesn't like it. We'll see. Some people think it's a cover-up already. Others think, oh, there's going to be no evidence, but let's see. The person in charge of the FBI is gathering the facts, but the prosecutorial decisions are made by the Justice Department, by prosecutors. There are apparently, it's been reported, a grand jury working, issuing subpoenas and so forth. Those are assistant U.S. attorneys, not FBI agents doing that. So Comey was not running this. Last year, when he made decisions on the email investigation, he set himself up as the decider. He's been much criticized for that. In fact, that is the reason Trump gave for firing him, that he went beyond the normal boundaries of what the FBI is supposed to do. I think the responsibility of the media now is doubled, quadrupled to try to work on this in a comprehensive, systematic way, and that's hard when you're being bombarded with 24/7 news, tweets, inquiries, what about this, what about that, and the lesson of all of this is you have to go into the night and knock on doors and systematically try to find people who might know.